Infosecurity TV.
Here with Vlaka Toukalek, who's the head of IT Infrastructure and Support Services, the Information Technology Division for the World Meteorological Organization. Vlaka, thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome.
You've just come off the keynote, out of the keynote theater, and the topic of your session, which you were on the panel, was BYO Policies. A lot of talk about BYO security technology and going around here this week, but policy, another facet of this whole trend. Can you tell us a little bit about what was discussed?
Well, basically, first of all, it was a very lively discussion, and there was a lot of interest. And I think it came down to discussion about what's the difference between corporate-owned and customer and user-owned devices, and do you really need to change policies? Are they similar? So what are the real risks you are bringing in? And a lot of questions were about how do you set up policies to ensure that end data is protected on the devices that are not owned by corporation. Then again, a lot of questions were about is it more risk? Is there a way around it? Is there a real answer on how to implement, bring your own policies? Is there a one-fits-all solution? And the conclusion is there isn't.
Right. Does it depend on the organization's risk tolerance, the solution you would take?
It depends on the organization. It depends on your customer base, on users that you are talking about. It depends on the applications. It depends on the information. There are many levels that you need to bring in.
Okay. And do you see this as being one of the core challenges that security people face this year and going into the near future?
Definitely. But again, I would like to point it out that there is no difference in securing mobile data on mobile devices, corporate-owned or customer-owned.
Mm-hmm. And do you think that this will be something that we'll be talking about still next year when we're here?
Definitely.
Okay. And well, let me ask you, if you've been around the show floor, what are your impressions of the show so far this year?
The show is fantastic, really. There are too many things to listen, there are too many things to see. And what I found great about InfoSec is that it's not like driven by one trend, one company or few companies. You can really find information that's and advices that suit any industry and any budget.
Mm-hmm. So you're here not only to speak but also to learn?
Definitely.
And is there anything that you're hoping to see and hear this year?
To see and hear this year, yeah. In fact, the topics that interests me the most this year is about risk management and the new tendency in how do you manage the risk. That's one thing. And on technology side, I'm still looking into solutions around securing the cloud.
Mm-hmm. Is there something, I know BYOD is something big that we're talking about this year, and BYO. But is there something else on the horizon that you envision that we might be talking about next year as well?
It's always difficult to make predictions, and me coming from World Meteorological Organization, I should know better than anybody that it's very, very dangerous to make any predictions like with weather. We can say for sure that we are going to talk about our own devices next year, that we are going to talk about cloud next year. But we are still going to be talking about basics that are basic headaches of information security profession, and it's inside threat and basic protection of from malware and from attacks.
Did you discuss some of the BYO policy that you set at the World Meteorological Organization during your keynote?
Not really.
No?
We don't go into specifics.
No?
No.
All right. Well, very good. I'd like to thank you for taking the time to speak with us.
You're welcome.
Infosecurity Europe, Europe's #1 information security event.